Is that the way we go?
Whew. Okay, great rise and beautiful souls. All right, it's your girl Beauty here. I want to do a little story time, all right? And we're going to name the characters Topanga and Corey, okay? I'll get other characters' names as we go along. But the story go like this, right? So, Topanga, she was the girl that everybody loved to hate, right? She never understood why she was hated by so many and loved by few. She could never understand it. She always felt like she had a good heart. She always did what she could for people. Like, why was she always getting this shit and understood? But lo and behold, Topanga had a dark past that she wanted to forget about. And she was ready to move forward in life. So, this is water in line. Getting over a little cold. The whole house was sick. And I'm the last one with it. This ain't got nothing to do with the story. But I'm the last one with it. So, bear with me. Give me a little sip of hot water and lime. Okay? But Topanga had a dark past that she wanted to forget about. And she was ready to move forward in her life. And, live her life with purpose. She met this guy in like April of 2019. She met this guy. When she first saw him, it was like an instant chemistry type thing when she saw this guy, right? They hit it off. Something happened with the guy one day at work where he cut his hand, but Topanga couldn't help him. She really wanted to help him, but she couldn't because of her situation. So she sent him a text message and let him know that, okay, I'm giving people ways to help you, but I can't come out there and help you because my situation is this, that, and the third. He responded, can I call you? And from there on, they was like two peas in a pod. So these two all head over heels. This year, prior to her meeting this guy, she had just started this YouTube page. On the YouTube page about her past and what she hadn't been through. This. Remember, I tell you, Topanga had a dark past now. She was telling everybody about her past and what she went through. You know what I'm saying? Just to be a beacon of light to people who experiencing, the same type of thing that she had went through. Her year started off she started off on a powerful note, giving back to the community, doing what it is that she wanted to do, that she always wanted to do, and couldn't do because of fear of how people may view her. So she dealt with that and she moved forward in life. Now here it is, her life is on a high right about now because she stepped out and she living her purpose and she just met this guy who came into her life. Like, Topanga had kids with the dark past. She had 3 kids with a dark past. She was a single mother, and when she met this guy came in doing all the things that she wanted somebody to do, as far as being a father figure for her kids, taking the boys to get their help, a father figure for her daughter, just everything Topanga could have dreamed of. Fast forward, Topanga and Corey get into it in November of 2019 because Corey got caught cheating. So Topanga and Corey get into this big argument. Topanga called the phone number that she saw quite a few times on their call log, right? She called the number and a girl answered the phone. And lo and behold, Corey was at the girl house when Topanga called. I saw your number on my boyfriend call log. I want to know, what y'all got going on. The girl was like, well, Corey right here right now. So Topanga was mind boggled. Corey want to start blowing up Topanga phone. So now Topanga is on the way home from work. Topanga gets home. Who pulls up besides Corey? Here you go. Neither did that. They got into this altercation. Topanga's hand got broken, and she ended up having to have surgery. And after this, Topanga just felt like she just needed to move away and just move on with her life. So she moved off to a different city. Corey planned to move with Topanga. They made this whole arrangement that they would just move to another city because they felt like if they moved to another city, they would have happiness. Topanga moved first, and Corey was supposed to come afterwards. Topanga is studying in another city, building up home, while Corey stayed back in the other city. Topanga not knowing that Corey was setting up home with the girl who he cheated on her with. Hold up, take a sip. Topanga is she done set up in a whole nother city now, building life, still building life, like building a family life in one city. Okay, Topanga got pregnant and she lost the baby on Super Bowl Sunday. You know, it was kind of hard time for Topanga. She was going through her own little personal issues, but she was still trying to be the backbone to the family, like a woman. She felt like a woman should be. She's going through her own little personal journey. Corey still in the other city, stressing Topanga out, talking about he coming and it's all. And he was like, but in the whole time he was setting up family with another girl. Topanga gets pregnant again. So she's talking to Corey, and Corey all excited about the baby, and because he had asked Topanga to have his baby, so he was all excited about the baby, and they was thinking that they was gonna have this whole little happy family. 2 weeks after Topanga found out she was pregnant, she goes on social media and get hit by a ton of bricks. The girl who Corey cheated on her with, he had proposed to the girl, and they was getting married. Now here Topanga is pregnant. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe what's going on. Hey, she talking to Corey on the phone, asking Corey, what is going on? Like, I hear that you and this girl is engaged. So here come Corey with it, like, man, me and that girl ain't engaged. I don't know where you get that from. I'm like, bruh, it's all over social media. It's all over Facebook. Like, bruh, you and this girl is engaged? Like, for real, you know I'm pregnant? Corey was like, man, me and that girl ain't no engaged, bro. Like, yeah, we be talking, but that's it. Okay, you cool. Now, here go Topanga. She going through it now at this point, because you 2 weeks before you just found out that you pregnant with this baby, and now you find out that the person who you pregnant by had to propose to another girl. Here comes a picture of the engagement party. Now here it is, Corey had the opportunity to tell Topanga that he was engaged to this girl, but he never said nothing about it. Now Topanga like, okay, I ain't finna go out here and look for nothing. Whatever, however it comes to me, it comes to me. I'm just gonna keep working on myself and building home like I'm supposed to be building. So Corey steady lying to Topanga, spending time with her. Playing daddy in the house and all kind of stuff. But they just not living together. Corey living in another city. Corey will always find time to come spend the night with Topanga and all kind of stuff like that. But he still had somebody who he was building with. Here comes the engagement party. Okay, so now when the engagement party happened, Topanga can't take no more. She reaches out. She heard that y'all two getting married. I'm pregnant. Like, bro, I want to know what's going on. It come now. The girl, the new girl that that Corey has done got engaged to. She ain't try to cut Topanga no slack. Like, she didn't want to hear nothing. She was the nasty. She got a sharp tongue. She gonna read you your right. Topanga steady trying to, but you can't. People like that, you can't talk to. There's no talking to that kind of person. So you might well just move on to the side, cut your losses. Corey steady lying. Man, Topanga, when she found out that you was pregnant or whatever the case may be, she broke up with me like it's all over. Like, I want to come back home. Here we go with the lies again. Topanga all in love, because this guy had done been something that she ain't never had, something totally different. So she all in love with Corey, and Corey still doing the BS. Fast forward, it's time for Topanga to have a baby. Topanga go in the hospital, she had a baby. She wasn't upset because Corey, he worked over the road, so she had to have the baby by herself. And she understood because, at the time when she went into the hospital to have the baby, Corey was on the road. So he was on the phone with her video chat. After she had the baby, her and Corey on the phone video chat with the baby or whatever the case may be. So she felt some type of way about it because anybody else who have a child, they'll be happy about their baby, posting their baby on their social media, anything. Corey didn't do none of that. Everything was like a secret when it came to Topanga and the baby. Has the baby, and Corey still coming around Topanga and spending the night with Topanga and the baby, and like family life, but Topanga not knowing that, Corey is really getting married to the new girl. Because she had a feeling, Corey wasn't being honest. Posted a picture because she knew what she was going to. She knew the reaction she was going to get, because she knew what she was looking for. Well, here you go. Now Corey, she posted a picture, and now that's all you have to do. When you want somebody to find out something, only thing you got to do is throw it out there. They'll take the baby. She put the picture out there, and here comes the message to the inbox. Now, Topanga and the new girl have some words back and forth across social media. And now Topanga is heartbroken. Corey denies his baby girl. He says it loud and clear. That ain't my baby, to the new girl. And Topanga hears him say that. So her heart is now broken. Like Topanga, you know how it would feel to hear a person denying your child, knowing that he knows it's his baby. Like, bro, are you really gonna do this? Topanga world was crushed. You hear me? Now Topanga has to really see all of this coming to the forefront. She always was a girl, you know, who handled her experiences like a woman. You know what I'm saying? She ain't fit to run from him or hide from him, none of that. Topanga was always straight up in your face with whatever the situation may be. Well, Topanga experienced this and she put it on her social media. Everybody was telling her to take it down, take it down. Nah, you really don't need to take it down, because there's other people out there like you who really need to understand why this situation happened the way it happened. Didn't I tell you Topanga had a dark past? This person who she all in love with, he done got married to somebody else and denied the baby, said the baby ain't his, and now Topanga had to raise this baby by herself while Corey go off and live his life with the new girl. So Topanga did all the crying, like, oh God, you say you love me, I'm your child, why you let me go through this? God had spoke to Topanga clear as day and said, now, you remember when you was the female who messed with that girl boyfriend and you had 3 kids by that person? Remember I told you Topanga had a dark past now. So you was once that female who was cutthroat, who did not care about how another person would feel. You only cared about what you wanted. You ain't cared about how somebody else gonna feel or how you hurting somebody else. So don't come to me crying now because you hurt. No, baby, you gotta receive your karma. Take a sip, y'all. Take a sip. So now Topanga is really heartbroken. Going through it, she understands that she done her wrongs, and she gotta go through this. The weapons that are formed against you will not prosper. Okay? So it's going to be things that you're going to go through, but you will have the tools to get through them. Don't ever feel like nothing will happen to you, especially if you do wrong. Because we know we always have a wrong and a right. People, the duality mindset is a wrong and a right. When Topanga was the female who she came up against, when she was that person, the reason she came up against this female because she had to face her own demons. I told you Topanga had a dark past now. She had to face her own demons. The person who Topanga came to head with was a carbon copy of herself. Topanga is mirroring herself, the woman who she used to be. Oh, you could go on. You got to face this person. You can't be a light worker or a child of God and you of the dark. Now you finna go through the dark night of the soul to figure out if you gonna be on the light or the dark. Topanga, she had to do some soul searching. She had to really work on herself. She had to get off social media, give God all of her, and figure it out. So therefore she can move on from this situation. Now, had Topanga not been the person to sit down and really work on herself, this situation could have took her out. This situation could have made her dark and bitter and not fight for life. Like this situation could really have drained the life out of Topanga. But Topanga decided that I'm a light worker. And if I'm a light worker, I'm going to do the right thing. And the right thing is to work on myself, learn the lesson from what I've experienced, and move past it. Don't stay stuck in that mess. Understand what you are facing. You are facing yourself, because when I told you, I gave you several opportunities to move away from that situation, and you didn't move away from it. So since you did not move away from that situation that I told you to move away from, you got yourself on a karmic cycle. Now, you better realize and recognize it for what it is, or it's going to take you out of here. Topanga to do her work. She would not have gotten off the karmic cycle had she not understand what she was going through. And there is no way that you can figure out what you're going through if you constantly on social media got all these different opinions coming to your forefront. The only way you can figure out what it is that you're going through is you got to go within. You can't get other people's opinions about your life, because your spiritual journey is your spiritual journey. And that's exactly what Topanga was on. She was on a spiritual journey. That situation with the person who she was so in love with killed her ego. And the way her ego was crushed was because the same thing she did to that person, that girl, the girl who she got them 3 kids from, came back to slap her in her face with somebody who she was so in love with. Some of you may call it karma. Some of you may call it, you reap what you sow. However you may put it. But that's what took place. In retrospect, Topanga had to understand that she was once that female that was considered the side chick. Now she's the female, well, presently she's the female who was the main chick, and her old man had a side chick. She sees how it feels to get done like that first-handedly. Now that cycle has come to a close, Topanga is now in a place where she has to decide whether she's going to play the field or she's going to have some loyalty. We all switch seats. She is in a place where she has people fighting for her love. Who will she choose? Now, of course, some of you, or all of you, may understand who Topanga is in the story. I am Topanga, okay? I am sharing this story with y'all because, for one, the story is not about Corey or the new girl, okay? They all have important parts in Topanga's life. This story is about Topanga, okay? So who Corey and the new girl is, really, it doesn't matter. It's all about, we stay focused here. The story is about Topanga and what she learned from her situation. I wanted to tell this story because I am not the only person who has experienced something like this. But I want to be a voice of reasoning to help you all understand that you have to go through in order to grow through. You're growing through everything that you are experiencing. Everything that you experience is not for you to go backwards. It's for you to come out on the other side. Don't look at this situation as if this is something that happened to you. It happened for you. You light workers or children of God, however you call yourself, like, you have to understand, you may be a child of God, but you do get your ass towed up too. Don't feel like you could be out here doing wrong and nothing not gonna happen to you. No, you have to go through the same way God protect you, but he spank their ass when they bother you. You his child. You think he not gonna spank your ass? You gotta go through it too. It's how you come out of it that makes you a child of God. Are you gonna learn from your experience and use your experience to help others? Or are you going to harbor in that pain and turn toxic and be more of cancerous than you are of goodness? Understand that your story or what you are experiencing is not a bad thing. It's how you deal with it. And another reason why I'm speaking on this is because I see a lot of people going through this similar situation. You meet somebody you in love with, y'all have a lovely time together, and then boom, they all to somebody else and you heartbroken. First of all, another thing I want to bring to the forefront is, remember I said before Topanga got with this person, she was on this journey where she was trying to help people. Well, she lost herself while she was with Corey. Lost herself into Corey, and then she did into what her purpose was. when you lose sight of what you're here to do, you have to get your behind spanked to get back in line. Like, nah, stay focused. So I'm going to remove those things from you that you treasuring so much, because you ain't supposed to treasure nothing more than your connection with God or the divine, however you may call it, whatever you may call it, okay? So nothing else is supposed to come before that. Since you put this person on a pedestal higher than you place me, let me take it away from you, because you're supposed to be focused on me. Take a sip to that now. Do not lose yourself in relationships. No type of relationship. Whoever, what, whether it's friendships, kidships, whatever. Do not lose yourself in others. Lose yourself in the divine. Lose yourself in God. Lose yourself in Yahweh. Whatever you refer to him, she, whatever you refer to it as. Lose yourself in your source. Don't lose yourself in a person, because when you lose yourself, you gonna lose that person, because you get back in line, stay focused. Once you do what you're supposed to do, I will supply all your needs. I will supply all your needs. I will supply all your needs. Now, where do you find yourself on the spectrum? I'm here to share my experiences to help you all get through your experience. We can go on our spiritual journey together. I've been off of social media almost a year now. And it's because I took the time to work on myself, strengthen my relationship with God, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to study to show thyself approved, okay? So you can't be somebody who wants to help when you're not. How can you help somebody when you don't know nothing? You can't teach somebody something you don't know. So why not teach them what you experience? And this is what I'm doing. I have to live in my purpose. If you don't agree with what I'm saying or what I'm doing, take it up with God. On that note, we're going to kick this back off maybe tomorrow, and I'll just show y'all what I do. I'm going to vlog my life. How about that? And you can subscribe to the channel to become a part of my family if you are my soul tribe. You know, and we can go on this journey together. But as Topanga, I now understand my last relationship, and I now understand the roles that I played, and I'm happy to say that I have moved past that. You know, I don't have no ill will towards the situation, because it's like I now know what it was I was going through. So why am I going to sit here and be bitter towards people who helped me? Like, these people helped me in a major way. They helped me in a major way. So it's like, why would I be mad at them? No, I had to go through that because I sowed those bad seeds. I had to get back what I put out there. Now I can have my total abundance, and I'm happy about it. So if you like my vibe, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll holler at y'all later.